Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Doing something a little different here. I'm going to do a movie review for something that's current, presently in the theaters. I'm talking about The Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson. I wanted to do this because I was inspired to go and see this due to somebody else's review. Because kind of as per the title of this video, Hollywood is making them like they used to. Now, I was, as a little kid, anybody who knows me knows, I loved Monty Python. Monty Python is my jam. That is my humor. I love silly. I absolutely adore silly. Screwball comedy stuff. And I remember being in the theater and seeing the first Airplane movie, and that made me think, oh, you know, American comedy can actually work in a different but similarly silly vibe. It's doable. I like Airplane. It's hilarious. It is great. And the second one, almost as good, not quite, but Shatner in that movie is just, he is so spot on. So you gotta love Airplane too. Now, I can't recall which one came out first. Hot Shots? Or was it the first Naked Gun movie? I know Naked Gun, the first movie with Leslie Nielsen, was based on Police Squad on television. I'd have to look it up, the timing. I think Police Squad came out and then the Naked Gun first film and then Hot Shots. Is that the right timeline? I think so. Regardless, I quite enjoyed the first Naked Gun film. I didn't really like the Police Squad TV show, but when The Naked Gun came out in the theaters, I was like, okay, this is a good movie. It's sort of echoing the Airplane craziness. And then I saw Hot Shots and I was like, okay, yeah, this is really on my level. I am enjoying, we're back in that crazy Airplane mode here. And then I saw the other two Naked Gun movies and I was like, yeah. And when I heard this one is coming out now with Liam Neeson, I thought, would that work? Is Liam Neeson able to channel what Leslie Nielsen did back in the day? Now, Leslie Nielsen, to me, was a grim, serious actor, you know, from the Poseidon Adventure. And he was on episodes of MASH as like the grim soldier guy. He was always like somebody very stern. But then the classic in Airplane, when he delivers the classic "Don't Call Me Shirley" line, I remember coming out of the theater thinking, that guy's funny. I'm used to him being this serious, grim actor. No, he's hilarious. I love Leslie Nielsen. And I would argue the same thing is true for Liam Neeson. He's a guy who has done lately a lot of like dark, grim action stuff. But he's also done some earlier lighthearted. He was in, you know, Love Actually and a variety of films. Like, he's done lighthearted stuff. He hasn't really done like crazy funny stuff like he does in The Naked Gun. But I just thought, no. Leslie Nielsen did it back in the day. Liam Neeson can do it now. And having come out of the theater, I will say it's fine. Like the other Naked Gun movies were fine. They're not Hot Shots level, and they're way nowhere near Airplane level. So I was watching, I wasn't even really intending on going to the Naked Gun reboot. I thought, okay, that's kind of interesting. And again, my Monty Python past history, love Airplane humor, my silliness, funny bone was resonating. Go and see this. And I just thought, whatever, I'll wait for reviews. And the first review I saw, the guy had a very good point. He said, look, now he's younger than me, we who enjoyed all of these high budget comedies of the 90s are always lamenting that they don't make them like that anymore. Why isn't Hollywood doing this anymore? They don't make comedies in this sort of vibe. And he said, this is a very good movie. Go and see it. Put your bums in the theaters to send a message to Hollywood. We want these again. Hollywood is making them like they used to. And I thought, okay, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to go and see the new Naked Gun film, and I'm going to decide if that was worth it. And it was fine. It had some good moments. It had some very tedious moments, like the original Naked Gun films did. I'm not going to hear her defend, oh, Leslie Nielsen was a comic genius and those first films were so glorious. Yes, Airplane and Hot Shots, but there was stuff in the original Naked Gun films that I was like, you run this joke a little too far. But and that happens in this movie. There are a few jokes, like the snowman bit, where it's like, if you'd cut this down to 30 seconds, it would have been pretty good. You drag this on for about 5 minutes now, and it's just not funny. There's a lot of that in this film. I wouldn't really say, like a lot of reviewers, oh, it's a return to form, it's this great comic genius. It's like, no, it's got some good moments. It's got what I did. I think the overall comment I would make about my review for the Naked Gun new film is I smirked a lot. That's about the best I can say. There are some funny lines and stuff that echoes that old stuff. One bit I'll never forget is a guy that is in conversation with Liam Neeson is saying, do you mind if I speak freely? And Liam Neeson immediately responds back with, I prefer English. Like, that kind of stuff is good. There's a lot of those quick little idiotic quips, plays on language. I do enjoy that. I enjoyed a bit of this movie, but it's just more Naked Gun, like 33 and a third. Like, it's like, I can see the jokes coming, and honestly, a lot of them were spoiled in the ads, so. But I want to now see, okay, I've put my money where my mouth is. I have seen a high-budget, Hollywood A-list quality movie. Does it pay off? Are we going to see more learning from Hollywood of like, okay, there's a market for this? I personally don't think so. Now, I'll finish my review by just saying, I will say the surprise in this is Pamela Anderson. She is very good, very funny, and also can show she's got some acting chops, which was quite impressive. I remember in the originals, when Priscilla Presley showed up, I was just like, really? Because she was hot off like Dallas and stuff at the time. I'd have to look up the timeline, but she was established as having done, she's no Hollywood A-lister, but she was, she had a career going. For her to suddenly show up in the original Naked Gun films and be, having stuff blown on her face and crazy, do you want your roast boiled and stuff like that jokes. I was just like, okay, she can do comedy. I didn't really think that was what I would have associated for Priscilla Presley. And in the same way, Pamela Anderson in this is a good choice. She's like, yeah, she's an actress who had quite a substantial career, not any way to do with comedy, unless you count Barbed Wire, I guess. But she had an established career path. She's vanished from the scene for a while. She's back, and she's really good in this. So kudos to Pamela Anderson. She did a very good job. So it's fine. It's okay. If you have big nostalgia for the original Naked Gun movies, especially the latter two, I think you're going to like this because it's got a lot of those jokes that are fine and they are visited length for too long. They're not on par with Airplane, and even Hot Shots I think is better. But okay, it's something. It was an interesting experiment for me to check it out. I think Liam Neeson is a little, his comic timing is not quite punchy enough. He needs to go faster. That could be the directing. I'm not sure. His one-liners are just that little bit slow. He's okay. I think he's got potential, though. I think he could do it. A lot of actors have shown they are capable of great stuff. Christopher Lloyd as Krug the Klingon, for example. Who would have ever thought he'd be one of the best Klingons in all of Star Trek performances? So you never know, right? It is possible for somebody to stretch outside of their boundaries. Maybe Liam Neeson is going to do better if they do more of these. I hope they do more of these because there's a framework here that could work. It's my humor. It's what I love in a comedy. Maybe it'll do better. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So that is my movie review for The Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson. If you like those original films, with Leslie Nielsen in them, the Naked Gun films, you might enjoy this from a nostalgic point of view, but the comedy itself doesn't stand up terribly like those original Naked Gun films. I'm sorry, it's true. All right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.